Hello, today we are starting a new unit, Unit 5B, and today we're doing our first mission, Mission 1. It is I can apply transformations. Well, what is a transformation? A transformation is simply just moving a figure to a new location. So if you're going to move houses, you're taking all your stuff that's in your house and going to a new location. You could be moving north, south, east, west, any direction. Same thing on a coordinate plane. A reflection, on the other hand, is like looking in a mirror. It's a flip over the x-axis or over the y-axis. So that's telling us if we were to fold the graph in half on the x-axis, the figure down here would match up with the figure up here. So folding it in half, this would match up perfectly. Same thing if we were to fold a figure in half this way. You can see those two triangles would match up. On the y-axis, those would match up if we folded on the x-axis. So is the image reflected over the x-axis or the y-axis? So A, the letter A is the original, and then this little dash or tick mark there means prime. So A prime means that's the new figure. So the figure started on this side, and we flipped it over to this side across this line. As you can see, they would match up perfectly if we were to fold the paper in half on the y-axis. So this one is reflected over the y-axis. The next one, the figure in blue, is our original figure, and the figure in red is our new figure because they have those little tick marks there. That means prime, so it means it's the new or the moved figure. And this one is reflected over the x-axis. As you can see, this point here, R, is 1, 2 away from the x-axis. And this point, the new R, is 2 away on the other side. Same thing here, P is 1, 2, 3 up, but now it's 3 down. So this is reflected on the x-axis. Next, this one's flipped directly over the y-axis. That's where our figure, there's one square away there, one there, and they would match up if we fold the paper in half on the y-line. And this last one, A, is our ladybug here, reflected over the x-axis. So that was reflections. Translations, like we said, is just moving to a new location. It's like a slide. We need to figure out how many squares are we moving left to right and how many squares are we moving up or down. Remember, we always start with a figure that has just the letter A or the solid letter, and then we're going to end up over here at A prime, or a new location. So we would need to figure out first, how many did the figure move horizontally on the x-axis? To get from A to A prime, we moved 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. So we moved right 4 spaces. And then how many did we move vertically, up or down? We moved down just 1 space. And all of the points moved that. We moved from C to C prime, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 1 down. And from B, we also moved 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 1 down to get to that point. So we actually do have this same triangle over here. Every point was moved 4 to the right and 1 down. Next, we have the same exact figure. It's not flipped over, it's the same direction. It's just slid to a new location. You can see here is where we begin with A. Here's A prime, our new location. So first, how many did we move left and right? We moved left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from A to A prime, same point, just like the tip of the picture there. What did we say? 6. Moved left 6 spaces. And how many did it move up and down? This figure did not move up, down, or down, moved nowhere. 0 spaces, right? It didn't go anywhere. You don't need to say that if it didn't move anywhere. You can just say that it moved left 6 spaces. So let's flip to the back side, and we need to move some figures ourselves. It says reflect over the x-axis. So here's our x-axis. Then it says list the new coordinates. So down here we have the old coordinates. We need to list the new coordinates, x, y. So let's start. I'm going to start with t right here. T, if we're reflecting over the x-axis, we're flipping it over this line. So if it's 1 square away from the x-axis here, it should be 1 square on this side. There's our new point T. We put a little dash T prime, so we know that's the figure, or the dot that's moved. Our second point, I'm going to do E, is 1 away here, so it will be 1 away on the other side as well. There is E prime. And then our third point is 1, 2, 3 away from the x-axis, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 away on this side, and there is I prime. So here is our new figure. I'm going to kind of erase some of our other lines so they're not in the way there. Come on. So we moved the figure. I'm going to rewrite this one here. It's easier to see. There are 3 points, I prime, T prime, and E prime. As you can see, it's the exact same figure, just flipped over the x-axis. So our new coordinates, T was -5, -1. Now it's -5. Instead of going down when we went up 1. So our, not x, but y became from negative to positive. Point E was -1, -1 right there. Now we're -1, up 1. So again, our y coordinate is changing from negative to positive. And then last, point I, we were -5, -3 down here, but now we're -5, up 3. So all we did was change our y's on our y-axis. We were negatives down here, -1, -2, -3, and now they were simply just positives. We flipped them over. This next one, we need to reflect over the y-axis. We're going to flip over this line, then list our new coordinates. So I'm just go in alphabetical order. A over here is 1, 2, 3 away, so we're going to flip over the y-axis, 1, 2, 3 over here. There is A prime. If you need to draw the lines, great, but we don't really need them. They're just to help us. Next, point B down here is also 1, 2, 3 away. So 1, 2, 3 on the other side would be right here. That's B prime. And last, C prime is just 1 away from the y-axis. So 1 away on the other side, there's C prime. So there is our new triangle. As you can see, it's a mirror image of the original. So let's list our new coordinates. Last time when we flipped over the x-axis, our y's change. Now when we flip over the y-axis, our x's are going to change. So instead of being 3, 3 for a point A, we are -3, 3. So our x's went from positive to negative. So B was 3, -1 right there. Now B is -3 to the left and down 1, -1. So our x changed from +3 to -3. So if we would predict on point C, you would think your x is going to change to be a -1 and y is 2. Let's check. -1 to the left and up 2. Yep, that's right there. So when we flip over the y-axis, our x is changed from negative to positive. When we reflect over the x-axis, our y point changes from negative to positive or vice versa. Alright, last page. Now we're just moving the figure left, right, or up and down. It says translate the triangle 6 units left. Graph and list the new coordinates. So we need to take 1 point and move it 6 spots to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our new z prime. So now we can actually do this with every single point and move it 6 to the left. Or if you already know that's 1 point, we can just draw the rest of the figure. Well, W is going to be 2 down from there, so W prime. It is really moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. It's the same spot. We're moving the whole figure 6 spots to the left. Then the length of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be y prime. If you're not sure, you can double check. Did it really go 6 spots to the left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it did. And then our last point is 2 down from y, and that's x prime. So our shape moved 6 spots to the left. So what are our new coordinates? Well, w prime now, from the origin we count 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so -4, and up 2. X, right here, we went 0 left and right, and up 2. Then y, right here, 0 left and right, up 4. And then z over here, x is -4, and y is up 4. Now, from our points over here, from our old coordinate to our new coordinate, all we really did was take our x number and we moved it 6 units to the left. So we subtracted 6 from our x's. 2 minus 6 was -4. 6 minus 6 was 0. 6 minus 6 was 0. And 2 minus 6 was -4. And the y's stayed the same because our graph did not move up or down. Next, last one here, translate or move the figure, the triangle, 2 units left and 1 unit down. Graph and list the new coordinates. So I'm going to start here. We're going 2 to the left, 1, 2, and 1 down, right there. So there's our new point. We moved from here, we went 2 to the left and 1 down, that's L prime, we moved L. J, 2 to the left and 1 down, right there, it's J prime. Oops. And then K, 2 to the left and 1 down, that's K prime. Same figure, just moved a little bit left and a little bit down. So let's list our points or our coordinates. J, instead of positive, we are now -1 and up 1. K prime, we are 3 to the right and up 1. And L up here, we are 1 to the right and up 4. So all we did for our x's and our y's, we went 2 units to the left. Going to the left would be really subtracting. We're making our x's smaller, and we're making our y's smaller. We moved down 1 as well. So as you can see, all of our x's are 2 less, and our y's are 1 less. You don't need to know more about that until we get to tomorrow. You just need to move the shape and tell me x and y, the new coordinates. Your homework is just like